Good evening. Back again. Another successful day. We went from Nájera to Santo Domingo de la Calzada, and it was a great 14 miles. It was on the verge of getting hot. We got to the hotel at about 3 o'clock, so that went well. And we spent the afternoon mostly working with the Cathedral of Santo Domingo de la Calzada. And the name of the cathedral is also the name of the town. And I'd like to tell you just a little bit about Santo Domingo de la Calzada. He was born way back in 1019, and he died 90 years later, an old man at 90 years old at 1109. So let's call him an 11th century man. He was also always a religious man. He thought he would join the priesthood, but instead he felt a calling to help the pilgrims on their way to Santiago de Compostela. Where he chose to work was wild country. It is currently where we're sitting right now, and he helped pilgrims any way he could. One of the main things he did was build a bridge over the Rio Oja, it's called, to help them travel better. He built a housing/hospital for them to stay in, and his namesake, Calzada, is meaning basically someone with shoes. He made shoes for the travelers as they needed them. So Santo Domingo de la Calzada. And over the years, his dedication to the project was his calling. Upon his death, a church was begun. It took 300 years to build. It's beautiful. It has Romanesque, Baroque, and Gothic features in it. The tower is a separate building because the tower collapsed 3 times because the soil on where they were building is unstable. So they decided not to keep it as part of the church, but as its own structure. And boy, is it incredible. I hope you enjoy the pictures of it. And over the years, the final building of it was more of a fortress because of all the invasions back in those days. Kingdoms came and kingdoms went, and there was a lot of fighting among kingdoms. So it became almost a fortress style. But the interior of the church is just simply stunning, and I hope you enjoy that. But now I want to teach you/tell you about the hens and the chicks. If I played a clip at the beginning of the segment, it is the only Catholic church in the world that intentionally has live animals in it. A white rooster and a white hen. And so I will now read the story, and let's see what you think of it. Thank you very much. According to the legend, a German young man and his family were traveling as pilgrims to Santiago. On the way, they stopped in Santo Domingo de la Calzada for the night, where he rejected the advances of the innkeeper's daughter. Upset with the rejection, the young woman hid a silver cup in the pilgrim's bag, who would be later accused of theft and condemned to death. On their return from Santiago de Compostela, his parents went back to Santo Domingo de la Calzada to give a final farewell to their son and found him still alive, thanks to the intervention of Saint Dominic, who knew of the young man's innocence. Surprised by such a miracle, the parents went to the authorities to let them know. The corregidor, sheriff, of Santo Domingo, being skeptical, replied that their son would be as alive as the roasted rooster and hen he was going to eat that very moment. As he pronounced these words, the cockerel the rooster and the hen instantly got up on the plate with their white feathers, grew back, and they started to sing. Ever since, it is said about the town Santo Domingo de la Calzada, where the hen sang after being roasted. And there you have it. That was attributed to Santo Domingo de la Calzada. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you enjoyed the story, and we will continue our travels tomorrow. Thank you.